Hey guys, how's it going? It's Fangs and welcome to another vlog. This is an I am vlog, I guess is what I title it because I don't know. I have like some kind of message in it that I am in there. I have no idea how that goes. Anyway, it might get kind of loud in here. I'm doing this in my apartment. I'm trying to use my body to cover up the mess that is behind me. But I have the door open. It's a really good day outside and you're gonna hear the train and whatever else I actually hear whenever I'm outside my apartment. I might give you a view of my apartment after this, but anyway. So getting into this video with a vlog today, you guys seem to really like these and you do tons of thumbs up on them. So if you want to do it this time, hit the thumbs up button, maybe get this to 1,000 likes. Some of you might have the, what I'm going to talk about today, or this might be something that affects you as well, and maybe you've never like met anybody else that has it, or you haven't had to deal with it before, but I've had to deal with this my whole life. And the thing that I want to talk to you about today that I am is, hold on, I just got easily distracted. That's what I am. I have attention deficit disorder and I am dyslexic. So what that is, some people might be in here and they're asking like, what is that? Like you have no idea, you've never heard of that before. You have no clue what I'm talking about. What that is with at least attention deficit disorder, a lot of people know what that is. There's ADD and there's ADHD, and I think I was diagnosed at the age of 7 or 8 with ADHD. I was acting out in class, I wasn't paying attention, I was really just like fidgety, I couldn't focus on a lot of things, and I was just like a crazy, you know, a typical kid I would say, but they said a crazy kid. And so we went and got it looked at, and my mom was like, this was on top of what, I'll talk about the dyslexia, that happened before, but my mom was like, she's just a kid, you know, I don't want to, me and my brother both had it. And she was like, I don't want to put them on drugs. I don't want to start them out taking medicine and stuff. They wanted to put us on Ritalin. She was like, no, that's not going to be the case. So I had to deal with it. All through elementary school, I was just like crazy and all over the place and didn't have any Ritalin or anything to make up for it. I have no idea how I made it. I think 5th grade was the most rough grade for me with it. And I made some bad grades, like compared to what I normally do. So, but anyway, before all that was happening, like at the age of, well, not 2. I was in like 2nd grade, I guess. It was 2nd or 1st grade whenever I started learning. It was 1st grade. I started learning how to do like, you know, 1 + 1 and 2 + 2, and you were doing equations. We were taking math tests. And for me, the spelling part, when it comes to dyslexia, I just switched. That's something I don't know. I can't stay on the track of that. I kind of switched from ADD to dyslexia. But with that, I didn't have a whole lot of problems spelling or learning to read like syllables. Obviously, that was something that I used to read, but I did that on my own. I didn't have to be taught that. So my dyslexia wasn't, I'm very moderate is what it is, I guess is what they'll call it. So there's some things that I mixed up when it comes to P's and D's. I kind of had problems with those. Q's and P's were the worst, and I still do write them backwards sometimes. But it was something that I didn't really notice or focus on until we got into math hardcore. And I tried to start learning. I remember I went to this Catholic school whenever I was in 1st grade, and I remember being in the classroom and I was trying to do a test, and it was like timed test, and I was trying to do like, you know, 5 + 2 = 7, but I was looking at the actual equation one on top of the other, and I just couldn't do it. Like with all the time and all the pressure I had on me, I could not do it. I remember sitting in class and my teacher was like, what is wrong with you? Like that's exactly what this biatch said to me. And I was like, I don't know. I have no idea. And I just remember I broke down and I started crying and I couldn't figure it out. And if I took my time and I looked at it, I could get it. But if it was timed and I had to do it quickly, it just didn't make sense to me, especially when I got into bigger numbers and I started having to use like 562 to me would be like 526. It would just jumble in my mind. And the same with reading almost. And it was just like, I couldn't do it. If there was pressure and anything was on the line, I could not put it together. Even now to this day, like I still can't do it, and I've learned and I've been taught and I've been tutored, but if it's just real fast and I have to look at it, I'm just like, oh, I have to like take a step back and wonder. But anyway, so with that, I ended up moving to Oklahoma for a little while, and they noticed it right away. I wasn't able to get long division, I wasn't able to multiply and do stuff like that, and they were just like, all right, she can read, she's really smart. I was making straight A's. They're like, something's going on with math. So I really, at that time I was an overachiever. And I really, really wanted to be in this gifted and talented program. I wanted to be, you know, just honor roll, everything you can possibly think of. And so I set it out and I got a tutor and a tutor actually took care of me. I did it like after school every day. Oh my god, my door is being weird. I did it after school every day, and it took a while, but I mean, I learned. Like, it took a lot of work and a lot of time, and then also a lot of having to have more time on tests and stuff like that. But I ended up learning. I was like in 4th grade. I was the best at long division. I was schooling kids. I won competitions. It was awesome. Like, it was a big thing for me because it was so hard to get to that point. And even throughout the rest of my life, when it comes to equations and looking at them, like, I literally have to just slow down and just comprehend it. Otherwise, I can't just look at it and be like, oh yeah, that's what that is, you know? It just didn't work for me that way. And it's still probably never going to work for me that way. My biggest problem is with math and numbers, and the numbers, seeing them not backwards. It's not like I take a number and I throw it backwards. Like, I guess apparently with dyslexia, you have, like, some people use you're supposed to use the left side of your brain to comprehend reading and math and all that stuff. But people with dyslexia will use the frontal lobe to do it, and then they'll also push in and try to like get a visual with the right side of the brain, and it just all like, it just takes a while to come back to the left side of the brain. And it's not like it's a complete, what the hell? It's not like it's a complete disability or anything like that. It's just a different way of learning, and that's what they're learning these days now. Now they're trying to like teach differently for people who have this condition. Before they're just like, oh, you've got some kind of learning disability. It's not a disability. It's just how you learn. Like, functionally, if you think, when it comes to reading and all those things, we didn't start doing that. Like, we weren't made to do that. We just created it and started doing it. So the way that some people learn is different than the way that other people learn. I found this out. I wish I would have known this when I was younger, and then I wouldn't have felt so weird. But yeah, it's something that's kind of hard to deal with. Left to right, really hard to tell with that. I'm terrible with like remembering names. That's like one of my ADD things as well, I think. And then what else is it? Oh, it's really hard for me to read like analog clocks. Like, if I look at a watch and it doesn't have like the 1, 2, 3, 4, all that there, I have no idea what's going on with that. I stick to digital watches. I don't even deal with that. And digital watches are even a problem sometimes. If you put like, you probably noticed it whenever I play FIFA. Sometimes, like with Hunger Games, I have a certain amount of gold cards left, and I'll look at it and I'll say, oh, there's 6 left, but there's really like 8. Because if I look at a group of things together and try to guess the number in there, like in your mind, you should be able to count it really quickly. I can't do that really, so don't judge me on that. But yeah, that's like something I've dealt with. Some people have it much worse. Some people can't even barely read. They take to like middle school to learn how to read, or they can't spell correctly, which I do have like some things with spelling, but I'm pretty good with spelling. So I got lucky in that aspect, that it's really numbers, and apparently they've got some other kind of condition now that they call it, where it's like dyscalculia or something like that, which is the number part of it, but I don't know. I've always just been told dyslexic. So on top of that, being ADD, so you're like dyslexic, and then you're also like, I can't even focus because everything's everywhere. Like, pretty much in dyslexia, you're just in class and the teacher's talking and they're looking directly at you. They could be looking directly at you and you're just like, whoa, and you're looking everywhere else. I also daydream. That's like a huge problem with driving, because I've been in 3 wrecks in my lifetime, and it's because I daydream. I don't know where I go. I have no idea where I go. Sometimes I could drive home from work and have no earthly idea how I got home, because I just go off into whatever they called it. I used to work at this accounting firm, and they called it Jessieville, and they were like, I mean, just in meetings, like sometimes we have no idea where you are, and I'm just like, I know, I'm sorry. But I take Ritalin for that if I'm trying to focus, and it's a really big help. It benefits me well, but can also be kind of like hard. It's disrupting. It's really hard to live that way. You use so much energy living that way, so you get really tired easily, and there's just a bunch of craziness. So yeah, that's pretty much, that's the gist of it. I guess I couldn't go any more into detail with it. It's apparently hereditary. I have tons of family members that have it. I know I have dyslexic family members. My brothers, 2 of them are both ADD. My sister she had like a really hard time learning to read. I was so glad that I didn't have that problem, but sometimes I do not comprehend. I read too fast and I don't comprehend it, but I think she is the same way, so it took a lot for her, but now she's got it. She's in high school. She's fine. I mean, it can be taught. It's just a little bit more work. You have to go through a different type of learning, and a lot of schools before didn't know about this, so they're just like, oh, you're just learning disabled, get out of my face. But it's not, you're not disabled. You're just you just learn differently. Anyway, if you guys are or have the same thing and you want to like let me know down below, that'd be awesome. You know, there's tons of us. I think 1 in 5 people are dyslexic, so whatever. YOLO, put it down in the comments below. That's gonna be it for this video, guys. If you did like it, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. It really helps me get this content out there. Should be having tons of Team of the Year stuff this week. I'm so excited about that. Anyway, thanks for watching this video, and until next time, I'll see you guys later.